In this video, we are going to go over solutions, colloids, and suspensions, different types of mixtures. So solutions are homogeneous mixtures with solutes less than 1 nanometer in diameter and dissolve in what's called a solvent. So solutes are the minor components dissolved in a solvent, which are the major components. The solutes are very small particles. They're either small molecules and elements or ions, and they can be small polyatomic ions, small molecules, or elements. The solvent is often water, and when the solvent is water, it forms what's called an aqueous solution, denoted as AQ. And solutions are transparent, so you can see through them, but they can be colorful, like the copper solution seen on the right-hand side. So the solute is the substance being dissolved in the solvent. The solvent is present in the greater amount, it's the major component, and the solute is the minor component. So solutes and solvents form solutions in all three states of matter. Solutions are not limited to solid solutes and liquid solids. You can have a solid solvent and solute. So you have copper and tin together, and the solution of that is a bronze metal alloy. Mercury and silver and copper get dental amalgam. You could have liquids with each other, and you can have ethanol, and so ethanol liquid and iodine solid makes tincture of iodine. Ethanol and water are both liquids, and it makes alcoholic beverages. You can have liquid water and carbon dioxide gas, and that is a carbonated beverage, the bubbles in carbonated beverages. And then you can have gas mixtures, like air. So nitrogen gas and oxygen gas, that would be air, is a gas mixture. Another type of homogeneous mixture are colloidal dispersions. Colloids are the minor component dispersed in what's called a medium, or the major component of a colloid dispersion is called a medium. Colloids are larger particles. They're between 1 nanometer and 1 micrometer. The medium consists of smaller particles, and water is a very common medium. Colloids are aggregated molecules or ions, and large molecules such as proteins, fats, and starches. Colloids are opaque, so you can't see through them as well. They look kind of cloudy. Examples are milk, gelatin, your blood plasma, and the colloid in all of those is a protein. Suspensions are heterogeneous mixtures. The particles are the minor component in a suspension are called particles, and they're suspended in a medium, the major component of a suspension. Particles are very large and are easily separated through filtration or a centrifuge. A centrifuge is a piece of lab equipment that spins samples at a high speed to separate larger particles from the medium in a suspension. The particles are larger than 1 micrometer and can often be seen with the naked eye. In absence of stirring, particles of a suspension eventually settle down to the bottom of whichever container it's in due to gravity because of their large masses. Suspensions are very cloudy or turbid. It's hard to see through them. Some oral medications are formulated as suspensions because the active pharmaceutical ingredients are not soluble in any acceptable medium that you would want to introduce to your body. These medications are often suitable for children who may have difficulty swallowing capsules. Suspensions must be shaken before use because the particles of the active pharmaceutical ingredient settle upon standing. So a lot of times this is oral antibiotics. You shake it up before you give it to a person. Whole blood is a suspension. Blood cells are the particles that can be removed from whole blood with a centrifuge. After you centrifuge it, the mixture that remains is a colloidal dispersion known as blood plasma. So after you centrifuge it, you have blood cells on the bottom, and that's your particles. And then you have blood plasma on the top, and your blood plasma is a colloidal dispersion in a homogeneous mixture. Then you can remove proteins and clotting factors from the blood plasma to get what's called blood serum. And blood serum is a solution containing ions, elements, and molecules dissolved in water. So practice indicate whether the following mixtures are solutions, colloidal dispersions, or suspensions. So pause the video, classify each one, and come back and check your answers. So 1 gram of sugar dissolved in 35 milliliters of water. This is a solution. Pepto-Bismol, which must be shaken before use for relief of an upset stomach. This is a suspension. When you see must be shaken before use, that's a good indicator that it's a suspension. Contents of a sealed bottle of mineral water is a solution. And milk is a colloidal dispersion, with the colloid in it being protein of the milk protein. So in summary, solutions are homogeneous mixtures and the solute is dissolved in the solvent. A colloidal dispersion contains colloids, particles that are 1 nanometer to 1 micrometer in diameter, suspended in a medium. The particles of a suspension are larger than 1 micrometer, suspended in a medium. Suspensions are heterogeneous mixtures that settle upon standing.